What is going on, clan? Welcome to a fully narrated speedrun trophy guide for the game Stray. Now I'm going to be doing commentary throughout the whole video, that way it should make it a lot easier to follow along, and then that way even if you make some mistakes you can easily save yourself. There's a lot of leeway in the game. I think my fastest run so far is an hour and 20 minutes. Most people should finish with like 20 to 30 minutes spare, especially if following the guide. Now before we dive into it, I just want to let you guys know that you can actually pause the game. Whenever you pause the game, you're going to pause the timer. And that's really good because I know most of you guys are gamers, right? We've got our bottle or whatever we're using, to go to the bathroom without having to stop the games. And I respect that. But let's say you have to do something else and you have to step away from the game. You can 100% pause the game and it won't actually add to your time. And another thing to note, if you keep hitting retry from checkpoint, unfortunately that does add to your time. So if you feel like you've made too many mistakes, it's better to quit out of the game and then reload your save, and that'll actually start you from the timer and when you hit that auto save. So that might be a little bit better. And don't forget, you can also back your save up on the PlayStation Cloud or even a USB for the PS4 versions. So again, those are some of the things I just wanted to touch on before we get started. Other than that, let's hop right into it. But if you're new around here, alright guys, so from the main menu you're obviously going to hit start game. If you have a save you've done the collectibles on or whatever the case may be, you want to ignore any of those saves that you might have and you want to do it as a new game. This way you can ensure that you're going to get the speedrun trophy if you are under the 2 hours without any kind of issues. So obviously we're going to jump right into it, and I'm going to try and help you sync up the video if that helps you follow along even easier. So in a moment I'm going to do a calibration so that way you can line up the video. If you'd like, you can start this little intro cutscene, and then once the cutscene ends, just pause your game. And then when we do the calibration, you can have it, basically set up and ready to unpause as I tell you to. So I'm going to basically count down and then say play, and then you can unpause once you're, past this scene and you are on the part where I'm at in the video. So now we're going to begin the calibration to the video. 3, 2, 1, play. Now we must be the hit single bye 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 because we're now in sync. So immediately to get past this beginning part in chapter 1, we're just going to interact with all of the other cats. So just go up to them, press triangle, you'll go through their little animation. And then once that's all done, they're going to head over to that cardboard box. And then you'll be able to press triangle and sleep for the next area. So again, just make sure you interact with all 3 of the cats. And then once they've all got comfy on the cardboard box, we can then proceed to the next area. And it may take a second here, but once they're all said and done there, you can press triangle and rest. We're going to then go into another cutscene. And these are going to be great throughout the guide because it gives you a break from my voice. And honestly, who doesn't love that? Alright, so once you get control of your character towards the end of this cutscene here of them going down the pipe, we can then start running forward. A lot of this part's pretty easy. We're basically just sprinting through the game. Of course, you can press R2 to run, and then X to actually parkour onto things. So we're going to keep going forward, jump up, and then up onto this ledge. We're going to head forward, keep going forward until you hit a pipe. We're going to use that pipe to cross, jump over to the other side of the ledge, and then just drop down to this ledge. You'll see some pigeons that you'll run past, and then you can jump down this pipe, make your way down the pipes, and then down onto this ledge. Now I accidentally jumped on the railing, but you can just keep going forward. But just keep running forward, ignore all of that, and then jump across the row of pipes with the chain jump by holding X. Then immediately go right down the bigger rusty looking pipes. Then we're going to drop down, keep running forward. Keep running forward until you see a broken fence. Drop down from the pipe and that ledge there and keep running forward. You're going to go through all of these flowers here on the side. And then there's going to be a small gap at the very end that we can go under. Go under that, and then you can find yourself by a beam that you can jump to. Jump over to the beam, and then to the next beam, and then over to the pipe. That's going to trigger the cutscene, and then we can go on to chapter 2 already. Alright guys, so after you fall from that cutscene, you're going to have a little bit of a scene here where the cat is limping. You can't really do much, so just start walking towards the exit that we need to go to, which is where those trash bags are sitting at, sort of where the lights basically are. Eventually you'll just kind of heal over, and then there'll be another cutscene. And then after that cutscene, we'll finally have full control of the character, and we'll actually have our mobility back. So once you get to a certain point, you'll be able to start sprinting again. We're going to keep going towards those trash bags and where that doorway is. We can squeeze under the door, make our way through the bars, and then we're going to head forward into chapter 2. And there's going to be a trash can that you can jump on in front. Then from there you jump on the awning and then down the other side back onto the street level. Just keep running forward down the street. You're going to see some Zerks, a couple of dead robots as well. You'll see a sign that was lit up. Keep running past that. You'll eventually make it to this very dirty water. Jump over to the pallet and then on the drums. Make your way down onto the sign and then the AC unit, then the pipe, AC unit, and then pipe. Go through the gate that's broken and then head left. You're going to find a vent that you can jump through directly to the left. Grab this can, go up the pipes to the left with the can in your mouth. And then we're going to drop the can into the fan. After you've done that, keep running forward. You're going to see a bunch of paint buckets. We're going to drop the second one from the left. That'll allow us to jump over to the AC unit and then jump down onto this AC unit and then make our way up here to grab a paint can that's next to this blue paint splatter. Keep pressing triangle to interact with it until it falls through the ceiling. and then jump down onto the AC unit and then through the window that we broke with the paint can. Make your way down the bed, head out the doorway here and then under the piece of wood on the door. Jump down into this little bucket as like a lift, and then we're going to go left where the light up sign is again, through the gated doorway, and you're going to find a light up neon sign to the right and a robot that's half alive. You can just skip past him, you don't have to interact with him. We can jump on the trash can and then where the neon sign is, and then make your way through the gap here, and we're going to have this chase scene. Now, I have a video for this trophy here if you still need it. I don't really recommend going for it during the speed run, but if you do go for it and it's taking you too many times, make sure you quit the chapter and then reload it. Otherwise, you'll just be wasting a bit more of your time, and you don't want to do that on a speed run, of course. So again, just make your way through this chase sequence, and all you have to do is press circle. If you do get grabbed, just spam it and they'll come off of you. And then I'll see you guys after the chase. Alright guys, so after the chase and you jump through the window, you're going to see this ramen sign to the right. Head up the stairs, jump over the gap onto the shelf, and then on this metal grate. Jump from the awning on the left side over to the plank and then to the pipe on the right. Then we're going to head on the awning there and then pipe, and then go over to this platform with the 3 AC units. Push down the plank, cross the plank here or the 2x4. Then come by this lit up sign that's pointing to the right, and you can climb through this window. From here, you're going to see a barrel you can go into. Head inside and start heading to the right. Once it's all the way to the right here, you'll have enough room to jump up to the awning thing there, and then jump over to the beam. Make your way across the beam, jump downwards, and then you're going to find a white platform to the left. Jump down onto that, and then head forward through the scaffolding here. Jump across to the little piece of wood hanging off. You're going to then fall, and then we can climb up the scaffolding that we're facing. So press X, jump up there, then head right onto the pipe, then the neon sign, up onto the awning there, and then the scaffolding. Now here you want to actually jump on the AC unit, then go up again. You'll find another plank of wood you can interact with to make a bridge. Cross that, and then we can make our way past this neon sign, over to this other scaffold, jump over to the AC unit and then to this rooftop here, jump up and then over to this balcony, make your way up the railing and then onto this sign to the balcony on the right, go across the plank here, and then we're going to head up these AC units into this apartment complex. We're going to loop around once, going up the air conditioning unit on the left side, up the roof, and then air conditioning unit and a sign. And then once you get to this floor of the apartment building here, you can head to the right through the doorway where the ramen light up sign is. Now we're going to disable the fan by going to the left and pressing triangle to pull out the battery. And then we can make our way through the fan. And this is actually going to start chapter 3 once we drop into this room. So dropping into this room, jump off the bed, and then we can start jumping on the desk here. And when you get up here, all you want to do is keep moving around on the keyboard until you get a cutscene. So you can see the cat's actually subscribing and liking the video. The cat's one of my real ones. I really appreciate the cat. Please be like the cat. I appreciate you guys. So we're going to, again, keep doing that until it triggers the cutscene and opens this door. Then we're going to head inside the door, and we have somewhat of a little puzzle here that I'm going to show you what we can do really quick. Okay, so first thing we're going to do here is you're going to see this area here. We've got to grab a bunch of batteries. So we're going to jump on the desk here, press triangle to grab this little battery unit, put them all down here. We're going to need 4 of them, so that should be your first of 4. Then we can jump on the stool, then to the bookshelf, grab the one on top of the bookshelf, and then drop that there as well. Then we're going to go to the right side of the room. You're going to find a lever that we can jump to. And on this machine that's moving is going to be another one. So you can quickly grab that and then put that in place while it's moving. That's also created a platform so we can jump up that and then grab the final battery. Alright, so after you've done that, a door will eventually open in the bookcase itself. We're going to head inside there, start climbing up the robot to get up to the bookshelf. So the stool, then the robot, then that hyperbolic time chamber. And then drop down the B12 robot, pick him up with triangle, take him back to the room we were just in, jump up on the main desk here, and then drop him into place. That's going to trigger another cutscene for us. And again, the timer does still go during cutscenes. There's not much you can do, so try not to worry too much about it. We're going to make this as chillax as possible. Now, whenever there's any dialogue options, this also counts towards the time. So you constantly want to be spamming square and then circle so you can end the dialogue. So you just spam square until it doesn't work anymore, and then obviously you would just hit circle to finish. So we want to quickly grab the keys and then head over to this little vest type thing that we're going to be wearing. And we can already start heading into the next room so that way we can move on to the next chapter. So just keep walking, even though we're walking a little bit funny, we're going to get there eventually. You have another dialogue option here, just quickly skip through it. And then we can go ahead and go in our inventory to skip this little tutorial. Keep skipping through the dialogue and then end the dialogue. You then want to use the keys on this door. And then we're going to go over here and I'm just going to give you the code so we save time. The code is going to be 3748. Again, that's 3748. Head through the door, and that code was 3748. Then we're going to head into this little bucket kind of zip line thing here. We're going to do some 360 no scopes. You don't actually have to do that. I'm just a little bit of an idiot, but we're just going to head down this. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a long one, but that's all right. We're chilling. We're going to come up to a dialogue / cutscene here for our first memory, which we're just focusing on only the speed run in this guide. I just find it much quicker to just do it that way instead of trying to do it all in one. So skip through the dialogue. And then eventually this little cutscene / dialogue will end. Then we can head right, go down the stairs, then head left onto the railing and then over to the roof here. Drop down on the right side on the AC unit and then on the ledge. Then you can drop down to the floor level and then use this lift, another bucket lift here. We're going to go over a bunch of Zerks. After that, jump down onto the other side here. We're going to jump up this trash can and then onto the white pipe here. And this is going to bring us into chapter 4 already, guys. So just head through this alleyway. You will be forced to walk here, but just keep walking forward. And then go all the way down until you hit this wall here. Then you want to go right past the red bicycle. Then we're going to go left past these crates and a lantern. Keep going and then left. You're going to see a red siren there. And then eventually it'll trigger the cutscene. You'll also be walking past a red vending machine. Just a few reference points for you guys so you can follow along. Alright guys, so you're going to have a quick little cutscene here with the Guardian. And then after that, we can progress through chapter 4. I'm going to show you pretty much a quick way to get through it all, so that way we can just focus on progressing through the story. Now, just while the cutscene's playing, I do want to let you know that, of course, if you ever do get to an autosave and you feel you need to back up your save, you can always exit out of the game, and like I said, back it up with the cloud or with the USB, depending on what version you're playing. That way, if you're pretty far in the game and you know you have a good time, but you make a lot of mistakes, at least you don't have to restart the whole game, and then you can just continue your game and start where you left off. Alright guys, so go ahead and show him the postcard, and then that way he can tell you where Momo's at. We're not going to go directly to Momo just yet, so follow along. We're going to head up this vending machine directly by the Guardian, up these AC units, onto the roof here, and then onto the next roof, then the AC unit, then past this little bucket zip line to go up here, onto this AC unit, and then to the very top of this roof. You're going to find a battery that we can remove, and that'll stop the fan up on top of this ledge. Go through where the fan is and then drop down into this room. You're going to find boxes here next to these portraits on the wall. Go ahead and jump on it and then jump off to grab the notebook. We're going to grab some key items to get through the story nice and quick. We're going to jump over here to this window where the green blind is and then open that up. Press triangle, of course, and then scratch your way to open it. Jump down off the AC unit and then onto this ledge, past the bucket zip line and past the two robots that are throwing paint. We're going to keep going all the way straight past the roof here, sort of where that couch is. So you'll see the couch where the Telia chat trophy is. Go past that couch, make your way into this library type building. We're then going to jump over the stack of books here, into the bedroom, and then interact with the item on the bed. That's going to give us the safe keys, which is going to be for another book. So come in this aisle here. So you'll be next to the L, M, and N section. Jump on the stack of books to get them out of the way, and then use the keys on this safe. That'll be our next notebook that we need. Go through the dialogue really quickly, and then start heading out the library from the way you came. Exit out the building here, just jumping back to where the couch was. Make your way down to the building below, or the rooftop below. Then you're going to see a couch over here next to a robot. Jump from the couch to the awning to get up on top of the ledge here, and then over to the pipe. You're going to find a wall that's blue with a sad face on it. Climb over the pipe and then through the window. Come through this little doorway. There's kind of a hole in the doorway and the little wooden doorway there. And then jump next to the computer and grab Clementine's notebook. So it's to the left of that computer, and then we'll head back outside through the way we came, so through that hole in the door and then out the window. Cross the pipes that we went across, so these red rusty pipes, and then you'll see another bucket that you can use as a lift. Run past that, go up across the roof here. We're going to go over to the robots that are throwing paint, and we're going to go ahead and jump up to the robot, press triangle, and once you see the meow highlight on the screen, that's when you want to press circle. That's going to cause him to drop the paint can and open up that super spirit building down below. Now we don't need to go there yet, but then this way we have it unlocked and ready for when we do go here. So it's just going to save us that much more time, which is always nice in case you make a mistake. So I'll have a few of these sort of shortcuts throughout the guide just to kind of make it a little bit easier for you guys. After you've made him drop the paint, head back up to the rooftop here. Now we can actually make our way into Momo's. So you're going to go up the AC unit. And again, it was near that big giant sign, like the Guardian showed us, and then jump to the window and trigger the cutscene with Momo. Now, once the cutscene ends, just speak to Momo here, and then start giving him all the notebooks that we have. And you just go through all of his dialogue, just spamming square and circle. Keep doing that until he takes all of the notebooks, so you'll have to talk to him again. Once he says, let's fix this piece of junk, it's going to trigger another cutscene. And after that cutscene, you're going to have to follow him over to the window here. He's going to give you the transceiver before we leave. So the dialogue option will automatically start. Go through it quickly and then jump through the window and then go down the bucket zip line. So guys, we're already in chapter 5 and we're like 26 minutes into the video. Like, you guys are fucking killing it. So let's keep that same energy going. So we're going to drop down to the rooftop here and head up the stairs on the right. And we're going to play some ballsy moves here. We can just keep spamming circle in case we get grabbed, but we're going to run straight past them, jump up that cement square and then up onto this building, jump over to the wall and then on this beam. Now while you're on this beam, go ahead and go forward and meow a little bit and then run back to get their attention. And then once they're basically there, we can just quickly run over, jump on the air conditioning unit and then up to this roof, jump over to this big pipe and then to the AC unit and then to the ledge above. And then turn around, we're going to go on this little swivel pipe. It's going to shoot forward and then we're going to jump down onto it again to swivel it again. We're going to jump over to this rooftop with the red barrel. Then we're going to move the red barrel closer to that little swivel type beam. So once it's close enough, hop out of the red barrel, use it as a platform to jump over to it. It's going to swing you forward, jump over to the beam, and then onto the AC unit to the other side of the building. Jump down and then onto these big units, and then over to the next beam. And you're going to drop down into an area with a hackable door. Before we hack it, you want to just run close to this closed gate. You're going to see the Zerks coming up. Once they get pretty close, just hack the door. And I like to meow to kind of taunt the little bastards. And then once they come through, you can hack the door again really quick. And then jump over the gap here. And then jump into the red barrel. And then use the red barrel to push it forward to where that exit sign is. You'll see the green exit sign. And we're going to use that to get on top of the scaffolding here. So once the red barrel is in position, use it to go higher. And then jump up again to the next roof, and then over to this yellow crane type construction beam. Just keep running along the giant beam. It's going to be pretty long here because it's just a giant crane. It's going to lead you to another building over here. You just want to drop down onto this building. Sometimes you might drop behind here. You just got to be careful when you're spamming X. Climb up onto this scaffold and then push down the plank with triangle. Use that as a bridge to head over into this scaffold and then under the vent. Once inside the vent, jump over and then up onto this ledge, and then jump onto this pallet and then over the plank to get over this gate. Now inside here is going to be Zerks, so we're just going to again suicide rush here. I'm just going to run through spamming circles so I don't die, and then we're going to jump to the scaffold to the right. That's going to take us into the next area here past the gate. I'm just going to run forward, get their attention with a meow, and then jump over the wood. Head up over here to the scaffold and then jump on top. Jump over to the little swivel beam and then up the scaffold and then onto this building. So now we're on the next floor. We're going to jump over these pipes. You're going to find a hackable door. You can quickly hack it. Keep meowing to get them to chase you. You're going to piss them off. Then we're going to run around here and then jump up this red pallet. I got kind of stuck there for some reason, so just make sure you're spamming circles so you don't die. Then we're going to drop down into the room that they were locked in. Bring the red barrel outside of the room. We're just going right out front of that gate. Once you're out front of that gate, there'll be a crate there to stop you, and then you can use the barrel to get onto the beam. Then the beam to get to the next beam, and then onto these wooden beams. Go across and run past the Zerks yet again. Go up this red platform and then up the scaffolding and then onto a cement pillar and then up a beam over to our final area here. Now at the back of this area is going to be a lever that we can activate, so go ahead and jump on that. Now the lift is going to slowly come down while Zerks are chasing us. We're just going to basically be looping the area until the lift is down at our level so we can jump into it. So I like to jump over the gaps. It does create quite a big gap between you and the Zerks. And then you can just make circles around the actual platform. You can also keep spamming circle if you feel like you're going to get jumped on. Or just have your hand ready in case you do get jumped on. I think I did actually jump on a little bit too early here. But just be careful you don't make that mistake. I just spammed circle like crazy and then I jumped inside. So again, just make sure you buy yourself enough time. And then you can jump on the stool preemptively. Because we're going to climb out of the lift once it gets to the top. Alright, so once it makes it to the very top, if you're on the stool here, it should give you a prompt to jump on the railing above the lift to get out of it. You'll have a quick little dialogue, so just spam through it and then put the transceiver on this control panel here. You'll then have another cutscene, and then we'll ride down the bucket zip line up ahead to go into chapter 6 already, guys. And again, we just want to be spamming through the dialogue here. So just because it's a cutscene, you still want to be ready to spam square and then circle to end it. And then after that's done, you can use the zip line to go back into the slums. And then we'll be into chapter 6. So it'll trigger a little cutscene, and then we'll end up back inside Momo's house. And you're going to regain control fairly quick after this cutscene, so just be ready for it. And all we want to quickly do once we're in this area is interact with the note on the TV. Spam through the text dialogue again with square and circle. Head over to this digicode type thing for B12. Spam through his dialogue and then jump out the window. We're going to take the bucket zipline back down and just spam X to get out of there. Jump down the roof here and past where the robot was that dropped the paint. You can keep climbing down the roof here, and you can just go down the AC unit and then where the doorway is, where the robot's cleaning up the white paint. Inside here, we're going to grab the Super Spirit detergent. We're then going to head outside and go from the right of where that guy is cleaning, go around right again, and then past this bar where Momo is. You're going to see Momo. Go ahead and interact with him. We're just going to get through his dialogue option now, since we're running past him, just to save a bit of time. Momo's a good boy. He's going to call us up there so we can get some pats. And you want to be ready to skip through a lot of dialogue here, so you're constantly spamming square and circle just to smash through it. After you get through the dialogue, you'll be able to leave the bar. Now we're going to just leave Momo there for a second. We're going to head up the staircase to our right, sort of where the Guardian is. Past the Guardian on the right, and then you can come over to this vendor here. Now the vendor here, we're going to interact with the electric cables and then give him the detergent. Now that we have the cables, we'll run back up the staircase here to our left. We're then going to run past the bar where we met Momo. We're going to then go right down the alleyway here to Grandma. So you'll find Grandma here who's got the knitting stuff in her hand. We're going to give her the electric cable. She's going to start knitting us a poncho. You'll have a short little black screen, and then we'll be given the poncho. All right, after you get the poncho, turn directly around where we were at. We're going to run past the bar again where Momo was, and we're just going to find him and then follow him. Don't you love following NPCs in a speedrun? I know I do. It's fucking amazing. Now, eventually you're going to come to this door with the sort of yellowish green light. There's going to be some dialogue with Momo, and then you're going to need to speak to him again. So make sure you just speak to him immediately after. Then he's going to head over here where there's a piece of wood blocking a hole in the vent. And we can use that vent to get inside and then speak to Seamus. So again, we're going to go through the dialogue right before entering. And then you're going to see Seamus on the couch here. Go ahead and speak to him and give him the notebook. So you can see I keep clicking the fucking poncho. Don't be like me and make sure you switch over and use the notebook. After you've done that, go ahead and end the dialogue with him and jump on this desk and interact with the first portrait here. It's going to reveal a digicode here on the wall. We're going to enter the code 2511. Then we head inside and jump up the stool to the left. And again, that was 2511. I have that on screen for you as well. But on the stool and then onto the bookcase. And that's going to get you the item out of this little box. Quickly interact with the item, pick it up, and then talk with Seamus once he's done his little walking animation here. Go ahead and show him the device that we just picked up. Go through all of his dialogue really quickly and then hit end. He's then going to walk to the front door and actually open it for you. Now we're going to need to find someone who can fix this device. So to progress the story, we're just going to wait for him to open that door. You can't go back out the vent. So wait for the door, and then we're going to make a break for it and go left. So as you can see, there's the hallway as reference. We're going to go left all the way past the guy cleaning the paint off the floor. Then we're going to go right. I'm going to go straight to the back so it's easier to follow. You'll go up the stairs and past two robots by a barrel that has a fire in it. And then you'll go down an alley to your right. And then you'll find a red door to your left. This red door you want to just scratch until someone opens it. Once they've opened it, make your way inside and go up the stairs. And once you get to the top of the stairs, you're going to meet Elliot. Elliot's going to be the guy that can fix this device for us. We're just going to skip through his dialogue and give him the poncho because he's a bit cold. After we've done that, he's going to fix the tracker for you, and then we can exit out of his window. So again, after that, you're going to find the blind over here behind him, this green drape. Go ahead and scratch that to open it up and then jump out the window. Head down onto the crate and then down to the street level. We're going to go past the bar where we were before and then make a left. Then we're going to make another left past the dude cleaning the paint on the floor again. And then back into Seamus's house and speak to Seamus. We're then going to give him the device. And then that's going to trigger the next part of the cutscene. Now, to be honest, the cutscene is pretty short. But after that, there's going to be dialogue immediately, so just be ready to skip through that because then we have to be escorted by him. And I know you guys love being escorted during a speed run. Who doesn't, honestly? Look, guys, I don't speak cat, but my guy's probably thinking, would you hurry the fuck up? This is a speed run. So we're going to follow Seamus, and then that way we can make our way into Chapter 7. Alright, so we're going to keep following Seamus until he finally opens the door here, and then it's going to trigger the dialogue. I just gave that robot a little nuzzle just to cheer up his day during the speed run. We're going to go into a cutscene here, and then we'll be moving on to Chapter 7. So yes, we are already on Chapter 7. You should be anywhere around, 40 to 45 minutes since we're at the 40-minute mark in the video. Maybe even a bit less. So you're making good time. We're going to get this trophy. It's going to be nice and stress-free. I know a lot of people are stressed out about this one, but it's not too bad, guys. Now, once you have control, this part's really cool because you'll come over to this door, and that's it, guys. You got to fucking wait again. Awesome. Seamus is still taking a sweet-ass time. You love to see it. There's going to be another dialogue option right before the door. Quickly go through that so that way he can do the animation to open the door. And then we are on Chapter 7. So run down this hallway or this alley, whatever you'd like to call it, and then at the end, make an immediate right. We're then going to head down into this sewage channel or water channel, whatever you'd like to call it. There's going to be a lot of Zerks in here, but we're just going to avoid them. So we're going to start on the right side here, then go left, and then jump the gap and go right. Go over the staircase here on this bridge, run straight through the middle, dodging both of them. And if you don't, you can just keep pressing circle, run down the stairs, keep going forward, and the ones that are coming out of that pipe, you can just run to the right side and then back to the left to jump on the ledge and then over to the right again. Then we're going to chain jump up this part here. You're going to find some more spewing out of the pipes there. We can just ignore them and jump the gap. Now right here, you can actually just kind of get them on you and then just suicide run to the middle. And then we can just skip right through here and then jump on top of this part and then onto the gate and then over to the swivel beam. Down to the pipe, onto the swivel beam, then to the pipe, then back to the pipe, then to the swivel beam again, and then to the final pipe, and then onto the barrel over here. Go through the barrels with the water, and then jump over these iron beams here, and then down the gate. You're then going to be on a cart. Take this cart to the end of the path. Once you're at the end of the path, you're going to be injured for a little bit. You just keep walking forward and eventually the cat will lick its wounds and then we'll have full control again. So skip through the dialogue, then start heading forward, and eventually your cat will stop, lick his wounds, and then we'll have full mobility again. Then we can jump on this kind of tilted car, jump up to the pipe, then across over to this pipe by the gate. Then up 2 more pipes, turn around, jump over to this pipe exit here, and then over to the ledge. Then we're going to go immediately left, go up this little path here, and then over the fence by using the air conditioning unit. We're then going to make our way forward, jump over this broken bridge, and then head left, go up the stairs, and then to the right by jumping up. Then you're going to find a window that's cracked, jump through there, go past the Zerk in the cage, and then head downstairs. As you hit the bottom of the steps, it's going to trigger a cutscene with the doc. Just go through all of his dialogue options and then we can progress with the story. After the dialogue, jump off of the desk and then into this back room here. Jump on the desk here and interact with the defluxer, which is this little ray gun looking thing. You'll have a little bit more dialogue here with the doc, so just quickly go through it. And then of course we're going to follow him up the stairs. What he's going to do is he's going to take us to the back window that we came in from. So he's going to lift it open for you, and then we have to go and kill a few Zerks. So once he's at the window, you have a little bit more of a dialogue option with him. He's going to give you a fuse, and then he'll open the window and we can jump through. Head back to the left, go down, and then left again and over that broken bridge that we jumped over before. Then we're going to head straight across and then into this little building area here with the gate. You're going to find a spot where we can put the fuse in. Pop the fuse in, it's going to play a cutscene, and we're going to have a lot of Zerks to kill. So the doc is going to cover you from the balcony above, and you're just going to lure the Zerks into the purple beam. So I tend to just keep meowing just so like they're constantly on me, just to get their attention. I mean, they're programmed to go to you anyways, but just to try to speed it up. And just keep slowly kind of moving around near them. Not too close to where you get grabbed, but if you do get grabbed, just press circle, of course. Keep moving around, let the beam kill all of the Zerks. Once there's no more Zerks on this side, we can then head over to the other side, so you can jump over the bridge. Don't rush too far to the left like I did, because as you can see, I got grabbed by a lot of them. You want to move just enough to aggro them, and then start bringing them into the light. If you do get grabbed again, just spam the hell out of circle. Once they're all killed, you can then go back to the back of this building and then back through the window. And that'll just trigger a cutscene again with the doc, and we finish that area. Get ready to spam through some more dialogue. Then it's going to have a cutscene where he's going to upgrade B12. So B12 is now going to have a defluxer built into him, which is going to come in handy for this next part of the story. So again, we're still skipping through all the dialogue, and then we're going to follow him back downstairs. And he's going to finally open the door behind where he was sitting, and that's going to progress us to the next area. All right, so once he opens the door, you can immediately come out here and use L1 to use the defluxer. And if you just kind of tap it, you don't really overheat it that fast, and you can just kill everyone really easy. After you take them out, you're going to have some dialogue to go through with the doc, and then he's going to finally open the gate. All right, then we're going to run across here, and immediately is going to be a cutscene, but you can see there's 2 barrels there that we're going to need to use, so just get ready to move those. So in the cutscene here will be a little bit more dialogue, so just be ready to skip through it. There we go, we can just skip through it. We're going to hop in this barrel here, move it all the way to the railing, and make sure you get out without really moving it, because it's a pretty tight space here. Jump down over here to jump in the other barrel. Start moving it all the way to the left side of this area, past this sort of pipe with a vent, and then past the vines that are on the wall. And in sight now you should see a vent with a hole in it. That's where we want to jump up into. So exit the barrel, jump on top of it, and then go through the vent. Once you're inside here, we're going to then use the lever, so that way we can open up the doorway. We're going to go under this, head right. We're going to kill the Zerks that are in here, so that way we can open the door for the dock. Again, I find if you just kind of tap it, you can kill them all without it really overheating. And then that way you don't have to sit there and wait and waste more time. Eventually he's going to open the door, and then you're just going to, again, tap on them to get them killed. And then he's going to try and shut the door while a few are still running in here. So just keep killing a few of them, that way you don't get overrun. And there you go. Once you have the door closed, he's going to then guide you through this next area. And there's going to be a little bit more dialogue, so just be ready to skip through that. We've only got a little bit more with the dock here, and then we'll be into chapter 8. So just kind of tough it out. We're nearly there. We're going to come to this gate over here on the right side. Wait for the dock to open it. And there's not going to be any other enemies here. We're just going to run directly across. Alright, so again, we are waiting for them. It seems like that's the trend during this speed run. But that's okay. We're making really good time. Don't panic. Once he finally opens that door, because he likes to take his sweet ass time, we're going to have a cutscene when we're back in the slums here. So shortly after he does open the door, just head inside there, and then after a bit it's going to trigger a cutscene. And then after the cutscene will just be a little bit of dialogue to go through, and then we can head into chapter 8. Alright, so you've got the little bit of dialogue there at B12. Then we can head down past the musician there on the left, and then make our way down into this area. You don't want to be trash like me. You want to make sure you land on the platform. Keep going all the way down. And there's going to be some cardboard boxes at the end of the path here. Climb up them and then out the window, and you're going to see our friend Momo over here ready for you to get on the raft. So jump over to the raft and then quickly spam through the dialogue. That's going to trigger a cutscene, and we can finally move into chapter 8, guys. All right, so you can rest easy for just a little bit here, and I will remind you when we're going to be at a spot that the boat ride finishes, so that way we can get ready to continue the run. All right, so eventually you're going to come to this gate here, and there's going to be a ledge on the right side of the gate that we can hop over to. So you can get over there pretty early on, just be ready, jump over the ledge and then on this pipe, and then over to the ledge, up the barrels, and onto another pipe. Then onto this metal sort of walkway here, drop down from this side onto the barrels and then downwards. Now here's going to be some Zerks that spawn, but you want to quickly activate the lever. If any jump on you, just press circle. You can kill them if you're not going for the trophy in this chapter for not killing any of them. So you can use the L1 beam if you don't really need to worry about the trophy. Maybe you already have it. But just keep looping them around until you can jump back on the boat. And then we're going to take this boat until we get to the next big gate. Now once you get to this big gate here, you're going to have a little bit of a cutscene and we're going to get off the boat. And Momo's going to talk to you as well on how we broke the gate basically, and he has to open it manually. So speak with Momo to go through his dialogue. And then that'll trigger him to go up here and then open it manually. And then once he kind of gets up here, you can just jump down and get ready to jump through the gate. That way you're not wasting any time. Jesus Christ, my eyes, don't ever do the observe option. That was horrible. And then finally, once he opens it, you'll have a bit of dialogue and then quickly jump through the gate here. And then go straight down this path until you find a catwalk or walkway. We're going to jump up to that and then go left. We're then going to go right through this door. We're going to run all the way down. And we're running past these Zerks that are on the wall here. You know, staying away from them so they don't explode. We're then going to jump over to the railing, run down the stairs here, go left and then onto this pipe, jump the gap to the next pipe, and then jump this other gap, and then onto the next pipe again. Now we're just going to be parkouring through these pipes, and then again over another gap to another pipe. Keep making our way down, and then we'll go inside this drain pipe. Now in here, there's going to be a lever that we need to activate, so we're going to hug the right wall, and then we're just going to run through these Zerks really quick. Activate the lever here to open up the double door gate here. Make your way through and spam circle if you do get any on you. And then just keep running straight over this bridge. And then you'll find a stairway to a door. There are going to be some that come out as well, so just be ready to shake them off. Head right and then left through this area here. It's going to be a bit of a chase sequence again where you have a lot of them coming out after you. Just keep running past them. You can kind of zigzag like before to get through them. Then we're going to head left. and then right, and then you're going to find a doorway at the end of the hallway, so just keep avoiding them. And then the way we want to go is jump down from this doorway, and then we're going to go right and then into this drain pipe. Now this is going to take us into a new area here with some more Zerk eggs, so you can avoid them by just going left and then right, and then we can jump over the gap or go over the bridge there, and then go over the bridge and go right. Then we can go down this broken bridge, jump onto the barrel and then to the other side and hack the right side of the door. After you hack the right side, you need to hack the left as well. This is going to trigger a lot of Zerks already off the bat, so just be ready to keep running towards the back. You can then just dodge those Zerks by going to the back row. You're going to activate some of them, but don't worry too much as long as you keep spamming circle. That way if they get on you, you can just keep running through. Make your way over to this left side, jumping over both of the barrels in the water. Hack that door and then you can jump to the barrel and then jump over to safety once the gate opens up enough. We're going to jump through here, go past the gate and up the stairs, make a right, and you're going to find a half open gate. We're going to run through there and then go to the center area to trigger a cutscene. You're then going to activate a chase sequence again here. There's not really too much you need to know here. This is pretty hard to die. Again, you're just pressing circle if any jump on you, and you're just zigzagging your way through, and we're just going straight. So we'll go straight up the stairs, then we're going across this bridge here. Then I like to go left, and then immediately right, and then we're going straight across. We're basically avoiding the Zerks whenever you see them. Then we're going to go left again, going straight. And then right here, I like to go left at the very last second. So then they kind of split up and you have less to worry about. And then I cut through the middle here and go right. And then I'm going to go forward and then over the bridge and under the gate. That's going to trigger another cutscene here with B12. And we actually have to wake him up here. So we're going to keep pressing triangle to keep smacking him. After you smack him a couple times, he's going to wake up, and then you'll be able to use him to activate the hacking terminal right here to turn off the ventilation system. And again, make sure you go through his dialogue beforehand. Once the fan is turned off, you can jump through here and go through the drain pipe. And that's it, guys. We're going to head outside of this drain pipe to our right. And then we're going to go to our left. Now, please excuse my one brain cell as I accidentally went right and then I fixed myself and went left. So go left through that hole, and congratulations guys, we have now made it to chapter 9. So we only have 3 chapters left to go. You should be around an hour, which is more than enough time to finish the last 3 chapters. This chapter is really amazing too because we're basically going to skip the whole damn thing. So right when you come up to this area, there's going to be a little cutscene here with B12 and of course some more dialogue that you need to skip through. Alright guys, once that cutscene ends, head up the ladder to our left here. Then we're going to go straight across, up this ladder. Then you're going to find a crate with some AC units. There's going to be a quick dialogue here with B12, just spam through it and then climb up the crate. Go up the AC units, and then speak with this little robot here for another cutscene. So go through his dialogue options, just spamming through it. Thankfully, that's all we needed. So all we need to do now is climb up this crate and onto the pipe, then onto this plank over to the roof here. And then you'll see this ladder you can't climb, so you got to climb up the pipes here to the left. Climb up those pipes, then up the crate, onto the nether pipe here, and then just keep going up. And this is going to conclude chapter 9. Then we're going to use this pipe here, and then another pipe going upwards. Then there's a pipe sticking out with an AC unit. Climb up that, and then onto 2 bigger pipes, and then a final pipe leading to a hole in the wall. Once you make your way through the hole, it's going to be just a little short cutscene showing you dropping down into this area. We're getting closer and closer to the end. We're going to get through these chapters here pretty quick. So this is basically the end of chapter 9. We're just going to run up here, go into the subway. It's going to be another automated cutscene with some dialogue options, so just skip through all the dialogue. Okay, perfect. After the dialogue, you'll have control again. We're going to cut through the little train here. And then we're going to go across and up this escalator or the stairs, under this broken piece of gate, and then go out this gate here. We're going to just cut around the side here, keep going straight all the way down past the yellow vending machine, and then make a right. And we're now in chapter 10. We're in Midtown. So we're going to keep going straight, and then up this ramp, and you're going to find a holographic statue in the center of town. That'll be a good reference point for us for this run. We're going to then make our way right past the big red neon sign and then into this apartment complex. We're going to then go left and up the stairs. Then we're going to go right immediately and up those stairs. And then we're going to go out this doorway and then to the right. And then down past this sort of wall structure and then through this little hole in the window. And of course, get ready for some dialogue with the NPC here. Just start spamming through, and then you're going to have to show Clementine the notebook. So go ahead and show the item, then Clementine will go over here, and then interact with Clementine at the wall. So just speak to Clementine. Cut through the dialogue really quick. You're going to get the contact message. And there's a few things we can do to speed up this area. So what we'll do is we'll jump out the window here. We're going to make our way down onto this sign. We're going to need to get a cassette tape. So what we can do here actually is jump straight down to this camera. And we can knock this one down before even speaking to the guy. Make our way around the side here. Jump onto this box and then onto this shelf. And then onto the camera. Then back to the shelf and then down on the box. And then come over here to this ledge and then jump on the third and final camera. So after all the cameras have been knocked down, then we can make our way down to the NPC that's going to give us the cassette tape. So you can just jump down onto this sign and then to the AC unit. And then he's just in the center of the square here. Speak with him, and if you destroyed all 3 of those cameras, you're going to get the cassette tape. What we're going to do next is we're going to head into the bar here to the right, which is where that red neon sign is. We're going to do this part first because he has to walk, and it takes a bit of time. So that way we can do something else while he's walking. Climb up the shelf here and then knock the bottles onto him by spamming triangle. That's going to wake him up and it's going to trigger him to walk to where he needs to be. Now while we're waiting for him to walk there, we're going to exit the bar. We're going to go where the holographic statue was in the center of town. We're going to run past this area here to the clothing store. Make our way to the back of the clothing store and find this cassette tape player. Use the cassette tape with it to distract the store owner, and then we can steal the worker jacket. After we steal the jacket, you can run back outside towards this truck. You're going to find a worker here, and we can jump in the box. You're going to see that guy that we woke up in the distance there. He's slowly making his way here. So we're able to just do that while we were waiting for him. It just saves a little bit of time. And there will always be a box spawning there as well. So for whatever reason you take too long, don't worry about it. Just jump into the next box and he'll take you inside the hat store. So he's going to get bitched at by his boss. But look, man, his boss is kind of an asshole. So it is what it is. After that, he's going to take you inside the hat store. And then once he drops you down, the jump out button in the bottom right will highlight, and then you can just jump out. So once you can, jump out of the box, don't waste any time, and then grab the worker hat from the hat stand in the window. Come over to this vent and press triangle to open it. Then we're going to head down past the clothing store where we got the jacket from. We're going to go down into this alleyway and speak to Blazer. We're going to give him the contact message first. He's going to have a little bit of a dialogue option here, so just go through them. After that, he's going to ask for a worker jacket and helmet, which we already have. We're going to give him that, and then a little cutscene will play out where he gets changed into them. And then we can just go through the dialogue and jump straight in the box to trigger another cutscene. After the cutscene, he's going to take us into our next area that we have to go to. Alright, once he gets through and sets you down, you can jump out of the box. We can start making our way through this area. So right here, you're going to see a sentinel. You can run past some of them, but I wouldn't risk too much because sometimes you can die. But this first one here, depending on where he's going, you can kind of just go under him. So we're going to just cross under him, wait for him to turn, and then we can just go right under. Squeeze past him, go over the barrel drums once this sentinel moves. So you're going to see he's there now, then we can quickly cross over. Once you've crossed over, you can then run all the way down behind him. He's then going to zoom away, and then we're safe to go over the barrels in the distance here. Then there's a cracked door that we can go through. And we can make our way past this area here. Watch out for this sentinel by just climbing up this platform and then on the swivel beam. Use the lever to open up the gate. And you can't actually go back that way. You have to go to the left and then onto this pipe. And then wait for the sentinel. Don't rush too much. We have plenty of time in the speedrun still, so don't feel, kind of rushed. Go past the sentinel here. And as you can see, whenever the shadow from the trash blocks the sentinel, that's when we're going to run past. And you'll see I tend to just run past right here even. And even though he sees me, unless you're going for that trophy to not get caught by them, you don't have to worry about it. If you are going for that and you do get caught, just hit restart. But I wouldn't do it too much because, of course, you're going to rack up your time for the speed run. So just keep going through this. And even right here, I just kind of ran through. Even if you get caught, if you're fast enough, you can just go through the barrel right up here. And then you can go through the lasers. So make your way into the red barrel, push forward, and go through the lasers. And once you make your way inside, there'll be a little bit of a puzzle here. And all we need to do is move these little robots here. So activate the robot, then he'll follow you over to this platform. And then press square when he's on it to deactivate it. And then jump on it and then over to this ledge. Then you can drop into this room that's locked. Open the doorway with the lever and then activate the robot that's in here by hacking it with square. And then you can move him over this way. Make sure you don't block the platform. Otherwise, then you might waste a little bit of time. And then go ahead and hack it on the other platform and then run the barrel over to the third platform. Just going directly through the center. Again, we're like basically near the end. We still have heaps of time. So try not to panic because then you'll just make more mistakes. Just follow along. We got this, guys. After you steal the battery, it's going to have another cutscene. You will have a small bit of dialogue with B12 afterwards, but then we can just proceed through the level. So we're going to jump down into this bucket, zip line on over. And even though we know Clementine isn't going to be at the house, you can't actually skip this part. So we're going to run through the town again. So we're going up the stairs into Midtown. And we're going to go back towards Clementine's. So again, make your way towards the center where the holographic statue is as a reference point. Then go right past the bar, which is that big red neon sign. Make your way past this barricade and you're going to find some sentinels in the area. We're going to stealth past them by going left. And then once they move to the right, we'll just continue going left and then up the stairs. Once you're up the stairs here, just go right. Make your way around the back here and then through the middle section. And then wait for this one to turn away. You can see he's right there. And then after he turns around, quickly jump on the ledge to our left. And then you can go down and past him once he turns around. After he does that, drop down and then go left. That'll bypass that other one that's there. And then we can go up the stairs, jump on this ledge or railing, over the sign. And then as long as there's not the one facing this way, we can quickly run through the window. You can see he was just about to get me, but I was too quick. Now, once you get in here into Clementine's house, you're going to have to find some clues on where they went. So what we need to interact with is the mannequin here in the bathroom. That's going to give us our first clue. Our second clue is going to be the incense burner here on the desk or the table in the lounge. And then you want to come over to the bookshelf, scratch this cloth until this bookshelf opens, and then use that to climb up to the top. And then go around the back here and then interact with this crystal. This crystal is going to be our third clue, and then we can jump down. We're going to go into the kitchen here and then on the countertop, jump up to the shelf and then interact with the lava lamp to get our final clue. This is going to trigger the full riddle so we know where to find Clementine. And then now we can exit out of here and go out the window we came from. Make sure the sentinel is not facing you. And then once it turns away, we can then jump down, go across the sign here, jump down to the little sign, and then we can jump down to the AC unit below. Make sure that last one here doesn't catch you. Wait till it goes by and then quickly jump down and run out of the apartment complex area here. Go under the barricade and immediately go left down this alleyway, past a bright blue neon sign. You're then going to find a trash can. You can jump up by another blue neon sign here. You're going to find a pimp named Slickback. You can just skip right past him, go on the pipes here, and then up to the window where we can find this guy that lets us into the nightclub. So skip his dialogue. And the nightclub is going to be really quick. We're going to jump through the window, come up over to the bar here and take this strange drink. We're going to come over to the right side of the bar and interact with this guy that's holding a lever. Go ahead and give him the strange drink to grab the lever and then head on stage. On the stage here, you can put the lever into this little socket and then activate the lever to push this part down to climb on top of it. The DJ will then come over and press the lever again to lift you up to the top. Now once you get up here, you can then find a control panel. We want to press the button on the right, so just press triangle and then go all the way to the button on the left, just ignoring the middle button. So activate the right and the left, and then we can start parkouring across these to trigger a cutscene. After that, continue parkouring over these ceiling objects here. And then once you go through the doorway, through this window, up the stairs, you're going to trigger our cutscene of the chapter here. So this will end chapter 10, and then we'll be finally moving into chapter 11. So just start skipping through all of the dialogue. And then we only have 2 chapters left, guys. So we're making really good time. Let's keep up this energy and keep skipping this dialogue. All right, so upon waking up after the cutscene, you're going to be in this cage. You just want to go left and then right, building your momentum and moving whenever the cage goes left or right. And then that way, once you have enough momentum, you'll break the cage open, jump over to the left to get onto the pipe, get onto the railing, and then jump over to this broken pipe and then onto the swivel beam. And then after it swivels over, we're going to climb up again. It was a little bit dodgy there for me. And then jump over from the ledge through these bars. Now in here, we're going to go on the left side and activate the swivel beam. Then we're going to jump off and activate it again. So jump on this left one twice to push it all the way over. Now we're going to go on the right side. And you should only really need to push this one once. And it should let you jump down to the cage and then onto the barrels and then over to this platform. And then in this prison, directly to the left of the door we just came through, jump up the AC unit, use the pipe to then go over to this railing and then up onto the balcony here. Now for this sentinel, we're just going to run through his beam. So we will get caught for a moment here, but we'll just run down the stairs really quickly, up the trash can, onto the iron beam, and then up to this balcony. That'll automatically trigger a cutscene with Clementine showing us that we need to grab the keys. And then that way we can open the cell. Alright, so how we get the keys is directly from this cell here. We're going to come through this doorway with the railing, jump through this window, and then jump through this window with the bars, climb up on the desk and grab the keys with triangle, jump down, go back the way we came through the window and then out the other window, and then through the doorway with the bars, and then we're going to wait for Clementine to lay out her hand and then press triangle to drop the keys in there. After that, Clementine will break out of the cage. And then we can start our lovable escort missions, guys. You know you love them by now. Thankfully, this chapter isn't too bad and it does feel like it goes by fairly quick. And I'm going to make it nice and easy for you guys. So again, we're just following Clementine out of the cell. We're going to come over to this doorway to the left and Clementine's going to open that. Once the door is open, we can just make our way down. There's going to be a cutscene here, so you kind of just have to wait for Clementine to be in the area. So it's, again, sort of just a waiting game. Now, the cutscene doesn't have any dialogue throughout it, but I'll go ahead and come back to you just moments before the cutscene is over, just so you can prepare to do the next part. Alright, so after that cutscene, Clementine will come over to the gate that's nearby. We're going to unlock this one and then head down the stairs. Because now we've got to rescue B12. So we're going to run down the steps. And keep going all the way down. It's going to trigger another cutscene here. Just a short one just to show you that sentinels are in the area. So it's another stealth sequence that we have to do. Overall, it's not too bad though. Clementine's going to tell you where to go. We're going to jump through the window here into this office and then out this window. Climb up these red boxes and then onto the AC vents here. Jump over and then onto the other AC vent and then down to the ground again. Jump on the pipe to avoid the red lasers and then jump down and avoid the sentinel's beam behind this desk or this control panel. Make your way across to the other side. Using the AC unit, wait for the lasers to go behind you and then jump down. And then quickly make your way into this room where this wire is and you can press the lever down to activate it. Activating that lever is going to release B12 and now we need to get to him without getting caught. You can actually just run out here, jump through this window, and we're just going to be quick, make our way up to B12, grab him before this yellow laser gets to us, and then jump through the window. If you need to, you can hide under that middle platform as well in case you are about to get caught. But then we can just run right back to where we started, through this office and then out the window, and then bring B12 towards Clementine. Now we're going to have a bit of dialogue in this cutscene now that we've rescued B12. And you get a nice heartfelt moment. between B12 and the little cat. Don't you just love that, man? Who put these onions here? All right, so immediately after that, spam through all the dialogue, and then we can hack the door using B12 to continue through this chapter. We're not too far off chapter 12, so we're going to run onto this trash can up here, press triangle to knock down these bricks, and then Clementine will slowly grab the brick and then throw it through the glass. Yeah, Clementine is doesn't really understand the concept of a speed run, you know what I mean? But that's all right. We're still going to be fine. Clementine will chuck the brick through, and then eventually you can jump on Clementine's head and then climb through the window. Jump down from the light fixture onto the trash can. Into this office is going to be a lever to open the gate. Press that to open the gate, and then we can continue on. Now I'm going to show you how to do this part nice and easy for both of these, so that way you guys don't have to waste your time. Go through the dialogue option, and then the gate will be open. There's going to be a sentinel here. All you have to do is aggro it by running into the beam. Try and dodge a little bit in case you are about to get shot, because it can kill you. Once the sentinel makes its way in here, you can just hack the door. Even if you get locked in, you can come through the door because it's just bars. And then after that, Clementine will come through now that it's safe. Once Clementine finally comes up to the gate will open, and we can make our way into the next area. Now this next area has 2 sentinels, but I'm going to show you a nice easy way to take care of them. So you can pause your game if you need to watch this beforehand. Again, it doesn't add to the timer. What we're going to do is we're going to trigger this sentinel. We're then going to run over here and trigger the other sentinel. Run both of them through here. Wait a moment. Don't run through the door just yet. Then run through the bottom and then run back outside and hack this door. And if you didn't do it too fast, then the other sentinel won't make it in time. And then they should both be locked in there. So it's a nice, easy way to do it. And then Clementine will come over and then open this other door for us. All right, so once we've got this door open, immediately to your right is going to be a vent that we can go under. Make your way in here and then through the bars. And then we're just going to open the lever to our left to let Clementine in. And then after that, we'll trigger another cutscene here. Go ahead and spam through the dialogue yet again. And then we're going to head over to this truck and press triangle on the keys that are left in the door. And then scratch the keys. And it'll be another cutscene for us to jump on the back. And again, more dialogue options, so be ready to skip it. After the cutscene, we'll jump on the back of the truck. And then we can use that to get over the gate. All right, perfect. Jump down into this area here. Run all the way to the back to get into this office type area. And then again, our lever is just at the very end. Now activating this will get us a way to escape, but it's also going to trigger the alarm and summon more sentinels. So all we need to do is then run back to where we jumped over the gate from. And then we need to try and catch up to Clementine and jump on the back of the truck again. So just keep running. I'm not even sure if you can die here. I don't think you have to bob and weave or anything. I think it's just for, you know, kind of suspense purposes. So just keep running. And eventually you'll catch up to Clementine in the truck, and then you'll trigger another cutscene. All right, guys, so after that, you're going to have a little bit of a dialogue with Clementine after you get through the gate. You're going to be very unhappy with Clementine's decision, but we've got the subway key now, so we're just going to make our way down into the subway, and then we can pop the battery in as well. So after the cutscene and you regain control, we're going to run down the stairs past this gate. And then what we want to do is make our way through the train and then go to the right. You're going to see a doorway down at the end of the hall. Following the wire, basically, you'll see a black wire. Just follow that all the way down. And then eventually to this control panel where we can pop in the battery. After you do the battery, it'll be, again, another short little cutscene. And then we can make our way into the actual train and activate it at the front with the subway keys. So make our way back through the doorway we came. Now you're just following the cable again with the green lights. And you're just going to the very front of the train where the seat is. And then you can press square and use the subway keys in the ignition. That'll trigger another cutscene and then take us to our final chapter, guys. Chapter 12. We're at like an hour and 30 minutes. Like, we're two beasts. We got this shit. Alright, thankfully chapter 12 is fairly quick. So as the train is stopping, just be at the left door here near the seat. Once it stops and opens, go through the door and then up the stairs. Make your way all the way to the top, and then we're going to go right, and then up the stairs again, and then we're going to go left at the top of these stairs. Then we'll go up a little set of stairs. You're going to find a machine to activate that we need for a puzzle, so to speak. Activate him and bring him over here, and it should auto kind of set him against the wall. So it should just kind of slide there. And then we'll head over to the right side, inspect it, and have B12 take a look at it. You'll have a little bit of dialogue with B12, and then he says we can work together. Press square again and then run over here. Press triangle and then scratch the wires to short circuit it. And then with yours and B12's help doing it at the same time, you're going to open this control room door. And then once we get inside here, we're going to have one final cutscene with a bit of dialogue. After the dialogue and the cutscene, we're going to make our way to the very back of this control room. You can just make your way to the very back and then press square to inspect it. It's going to trigger another cutscene with B12 and some dialogue. And then he's going to ask you to turn on all of the computer monitors throughout this control panel. So you can see some of them are highlighted blue. So skip through the dialogue and then jump up onto these control panels. Whenever you hit the keyboard, it's going to turn them on. So you just want to go to the ones that are blank, turn them on, and then jump down, and do this for all three of the control panels. So you can see, just watch out where you jump. If you turn one off, it's not a big deal. Just turn it back on because we need them all to be on. And then once all of them are on, you'll have a cutscene again. A little bit more dialogue as well, so be ready to skip that. After that, you're going to see that the control station has kind of gone into a lockdown. And there's 3 different locks that we have to break. So what we'll do again is skip through the dialogue, and then we have to break these. So we're going to climb up the control panel, go to the top over here, and then onto this one on the right. Press triangle to lift open this flap, and then triangle again to break the wires. And then after the wires are broken, we can press square on the machine over here. And that allows us to basically hack the monitor here and remove one of the locks. So whenever we break the wiring, we can remove a lock. Go through the dialogue again. It'll play these little sort of cutscenes, so to speak, but nothing really happens. So once those are done, we can then head over to the right here, jump on this cabinet and knock this little piece of metal down. Jump down and then scratch the wires here. So then that way this system can be hacked as well. And then just look up and press square. B12 is going to hack it, and that's going to kind of backfire on him again. And then now we only have one left. Skip through the dialogue again, and then we're going to head to the opposite side of the control room. So in this corner over here, we're going to press triangle down at the bottom, scratch to reveal the panel, and then scratch again to short circuit the computer. Then we can look up and hack the final one. And after we do this one, that's going to pretty much expend all of B12's energy there. So we're going to have to pick him up from here, go through his dialogue, pick him up and bring him over to this control panel that showed the locks. And now that's unlocked, when we get up here, we can press triangle to drop him on there and have a cutscene. And there's going to be a little bit of dialogue between you and B12, and then it'll be just one massive cutscene. That's not the end of the game though, so stay tuned for after the cutscene and I'll show you where to go from there. Alright guys, so after the cutscene we can go to our final area. So this is just about at the end. Now if the video did help you out and you were able to get through the speed run without any problems and without, much stress, why don't you leave a like on the video? It does help me out. And if you're not a member of the clan, think about subscribing today, as it really does help me out and it gets my content out there as well. So hopefully I narrated this well, because it was pretty hard at times, but hopefully I made it easy to follow so you didn't have to keep looking at the screen all the time. But once the cutscene is over, we'll have control over the cat again, and we'll head our way out of the control room, through the double doors, and then down the stairs to the right. You're going to find a giant metal door that leads to the outside world. And then you just keep running forward until you hit the cutscene. And as long as you did this in under 2 hours, which if you're following the guide, I know you did, you guys smashed it out. And you got the I Am Speed trophy. So again, thank you guys so much for going with me on this quick little journey. I hope you had a great time. And if you're one of my real ones who made it to the end, why don't you leave a comment below that says,
"My name is Barry Allen, and I am the fastest man alive."
Other than that, clan, that should get you the speedrun trophy, and I hope it did help you guys. As always, I really appreciate your time. I hope you had a good time going through it with me as well. Hopefully the narration wasn't too bad. I'm pretty burnt. It's about 1 a.m. Again, I do all of this all on my own while also working full-time. So if you do want to support me by checking out the Patreon and being immortalized in all of the credits of my videos, then why don't you check it out? And again, there are other ways you can support me by just liking or sharing the video. It does get my content out there and it helps me quite a lot. Also, if you want to be a part of the Discord, check out the description. A lot of people are active in there and I'd love to have you guys in there to have a chat. Other than that, guys, thank you again for your time. I absolutely appreciate it. And congrats on getting that speedrun trophy. And hopefully, you're platinum.